Hey everybody, so we're in the aftermath of present opening. We've got Madison over here. Madison, is that amazing? Madison had to have a pretend birthday today. Madison, how was your pretend birthday? You're live. You're live on YouTube. While you watch YouTube, you're live on YouTube. How was your pretend birthday?
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was
You're busy watching somebody play with toys. Do you want to do a video of you playing with this toy instead of watching her doing a toy?
I mean, those are her babies.
Those are her babies? What do you mean?
Those are her babies. See?
Let's see.
No.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Baby toys.
Oh, okay. Well, you could always play with Zumba, and other kids could want to have Zumba too, right? Or a nice Wonder Woman outfit. Yeah, she's the.
I want a sky outfit. It has paws in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
a head
we'll have to look into that.
and these paws.
Mm-hmm.
Even a belly like sky.
A belly like sky. Well, I'll have to look into it. For right now, you have Bingo and Rolly and Kia. All filled with Reiki. Here we go. There you go. And the Moana necklace filled with heart energy. Yeah. Madison, do you want to show what you do when mommy gets sick
Yeah.
with this?
Yeah.
Do you want to show the camera? No?
Remember on the long time you just cut yourself and I just put some water on it with a paper towel.
Yes.
And just put that on it.
Uh-huh.
And it's still there.
Yeah, you made me all better. Yep. She healed me. So,
Is it still there?
no, it's gone. You healed it.
Thank
You're an amazing healer.
you. Thank you.
You must take after Daddy. Anyway. Let's see here. Good, I don't have Bluetooth on. Hopefully this is working. Can you? Oh, good, you guys can hear. Intuitive gifts. So, anyways, my whole thing here is, it's funny because Jeff goes, let me see if I can, intuitively put this together. It's like this thing that has more parts than any other toy in the world. I put that together last night at 3:00 in the morning so that he could wake up and have this toy thing out here because he loves the wooden trains. And so that was over there. So what I did was I put like a big, huge bubble of like intention of healing energy because they fight constantly. Like if he wants the red train, she'll all of a sudden want the red train. So all of our toys, we have like 2 of everything. So I don't have to listen to them fighting. They're tired because we went to the hot springs today. So Madison's like comatose. Here's Daddy and.
All right, ready? Let's see. Put a wheel on.
Let's see.
You want me to screw them in? Hold on. Look, we gotta screw them in first. See?
Wow, Matthew.
Ready?
This is this one.
Wheel.
Okay, now we need to put
Mom's trying to put that one together.
these 2 on.
No, I think this one's put together.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a
And
good.
these are the little tools that go with
You got yourself. Oh wow, that's super cute.
More.
Matthew's actually. That's cool. And this is very cool because you can program the water. So this is a mat where every time they do this,
You go like that.
God is in our hands.
All right. Where's the other one?
And so working with just water here, but having it programmed with healing. So they're working with that. It's funny because they actually were not fighting over that toy. They fight over the toys that I can't program. So far I've been able to program things like Light Bright, the water toys, the wooden toys, because those were trees. They have consciousness. They were living, breathing things. What else? The cake. And what I'm attuning it to is, I don't know. It's whatever my higher self, God self, whatever God's attuning things to. And it's basically the highest, maybe the highest, no, they didn't say it's the highest frequency. Attuning people to their attunement. Okay, fine, whatever, leave it vague. All right, I'd like die to like teach you how to do it, because then we could change the world a lot faster, but I don't know what I do. I just move out of the way and it's done. So same with the snow globe. But this kid over here is a little sensitive to the spirit plane. Steve is a channel, but he astral travels and like when he's asleep at night and receives messages that way. This one over here has my abilities. She has like all of them. She just walked over and the toy he couldn't open up. No one could figure it out. She walks in and she goes, I just heard this. And she went, bam, and she hit the top and it opened up and all the lights fired up and turned on. And I said, oh, she's hearing stuff. So I'm gonna have to be very careful.
I haven't been bored since I've had kids.
You haven't been bored?
Okay, if you were bored, what would you do?
I haven't been bored since I've had kids. It's impossible. You can feel like you're being tortured though. So anyway, this lamp doesn't work. Great. Birthday parties with intuitive kids, complete nightmare because everyone has meltdowns, right? So what I did was, first of all, set the intention that if there was going to be like total gnarly, crazy meltdowns that like somehow just didn't work out. And so it's just our kids tonight, but tomorrow we're going to have some people over. So I got that water mat so they could play with the water mat. I got the foam toys, which I was able to attune. So there must be something in those foam. They're like foam toys where they're like little sticks that go into like, there's like little holes, and it's kind of like the log cabin things when we were kids, but they're made out of like foam almost. So there must be something in there that I can program. But I programmed those to basically activate the frontal cortex and to open up the mind and to activate or decalcify or leave how it is the pineal gland, as well as the higher self God cord connection to their source. And I had no idea that that's what I did. It's funny. Anyway, so I'm always as surprised as anyone when I hear the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I'm like, okay, that was either complete BS or it actually works, and it usually does. So we spent the day at the hot springs, which was awesome. We put these toys on our head. I had Jeff put a toy on his head, me put a toy on my head, and the kids got to pretend like they got to dump water over our heads. So they're like, ha ha, we're dumping water over mommy and daddy's head. I see that. I want to go grab something real quick, and I'll be right back in. This mega, and it's a sand toy, and it's like a bucket, and you know, like the shovel and all that stuff. But it's this little toy where you dump the water funnel, and God, Jeff drove my car, so of course it's locked. I can never lock my car until I need to, until I have everything out. Well, okay, so they had this, and then, so they had this, and then it turned into this, dumping over my head, and then it turned into this, I think all with Dad's influence, I'm thinking, and then it turned into this. But when they dumped that over my head, I felt like the biggest attachment clear from me ever, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. So it's like this thing, it's like heart, or that's actually red, you can't tell by the light, and that's actually green, you can't tell by the light. So it's like the root, and then the heart. They have your root. They have like this, and basically put Reiki around it because you can't do anything wrong with Reiki, because Reiki is merely just life force energy that were created. It's like calling electricity something. You can't really call electricity something until it goes through like a conduit, until it becomes a lamp, or it becomes, like whatever, like electricity is electricity. So Reiki's Reiki, life force energy is life force energy, chi is chi. It's the thing that, makes things happen. So anyways, by putting that around stuff, it basically just allows stuff to function the way it's supposed to function. If you don't have any electricity, let some lights go out. And then that's when you have to start draining other people for the electricity. So anyway, they ran that thing over my head, and it was the craziest thing, because they were like, ha ha, we're dumping water over mommy's head. And there's like water flying everywhere. We were in the hot spring in this jacuzzi thing. And the kids weren't supposed to get in the jacuzzi, so they were like reaching over. They didn't want to fall in. And they're like dumping it over my head. At first, they were all nervous. Like, we don't want to hurt mommy. So when it was daddy's turn to get it dumped on his head, they were like throwing it all over him. It was funny. But anyway, so that was a cool thing because even though I didn't do like a meditation or like an actual like healing on myself when it's the hot springs, neither did Jeff. We listened to the Alphaville song, and I just want to have it all. I would play it, but YouTube will, bleep out the entire video. But I do have it over on Vimeo if you want to listen to it. I'm pretty sure that I don't know if it's public or what, but I played that, and it was interesting because in the I Just Want to Have It All, or by Jason Mraz, it's funny because they sing about an Epstein guest. So I was like, ooh, not a good subject to put in your song. But anyway, so when Jeff and I were driving home, the kids were like knocked out, super tired. And I played that song, and it was weird because they had in that song, I think it was 3 classes ago, they said, call a star before you. Imagine a star in your head, a star in your hand, and a star in front of you, or something like that. And then at the end, they're like, just kidding. It wasn't your star self, because they always talk about the star self. It wasn't like your angelic self that fell. Like a falling star becomes a sun, starts to pull in planets around it, creates a world around it. So basically, we're like basically a sun, which is what created everything. But sun, SUNSON. But anyways, so the when we did that, it was weird because I could see that Jeff and Matthew both didn't have like the star inside of their hand. They had like 2 on their head and like 1 in front of them. And I was like, oh my God, they're in each other's field right now. So I was able to kind of separate them. And Matthew hasn't like, he'll start like beating up on Jeff, like, ah! Like him and I were police officers for Halloween. And I'm like, let's go arrest daddy, And he went over and started just like hitting him like so bad. I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? But he's just been very like towards Jeff lately, when usually they're like best buddies. And now they're putting the trucks together right now. And he's not like throwing stuff at Jeff's head and like hitting him with stuff. He was basically, that was Jeff hitting Jeff. So he was acting out Jeff's field towards himself. And I thought that was really interesting because I saw that when I was doing a family healing on us to that, the Forever Young by Alphaville, and the Jason Mraz, I Want to Have It All, or Have It All song. And then I think after that was, I can't remember. But that had more to do with like politics and voting and disconnecting from like your choice and not getting drawn into the field of the president and everybody that hate him and stuff like that. Otherwise you get depressed and suicidal, and that's why people get crazy after elections and blah, blah, blah. So that was like less having to do with family. But I thought the first one was pretty cool, having to do with family. And then I think that there's been some other meditations lately for the past 2 weeks that are posted on Patreon that have had huge like family healings, like where I think we went back like 297 like generations of DNA, back through all the different like layers of our DNA to heal all the different generations from like weird patterns. Like me intuitively, I was able to hang out with my family when my aunt Goga passed away. And it was so sad because I could see that every single woman in our family has this weird, like, I'm a slave to my daughter. I'm a slave to my daughter. She's like a diva that isn't going to give me any attention. And when she does, I'm going to do whatever I can for her, but I'm going to make a really big deal about it. Of like, oh, Marissa needs something, or, oh, Solana needs something, or, oh, it's like this, it's not a martyr. It's like a servant type of energy when none of the daughters look at it like that. But I have that with Madison. It's like she's like, mommy, and I'm like, oh, okay, like run over to her. So I'm looking forward to, now that I've noticed that, like kind of what's it called, that trait in me. It's funny because this video came up and I was trying to play it for you guys on Crowdcast for like the past few nights, and it's me and Bill talking when Madison's 5 weeks old. So she's 5 weeks old. The video is labeled, "Don't share, you're too fat." And I'm probably thinner than I am right now because I gained so much weight after Brian passed, and I just got stressed over the last year and stuff like that. But I'm starting to lose it all. Like lost it all very quickly after my birthday. But like 45 pounds in like 2 weeks. It was crazy. But anyways, stress makes you fat. Just so you know. But anyway, so the whole pattern thing that came on, and it was funny because I was talking about how Madison, I saw her, she told me her name, that she had blonde bob and green eyes or something like that, that she looked kind of like my higher self, but also like my mother-in-law's, and that I could feel her judging me. And it's like, I just kept going on and on about how like I could feel Madison judging me, like when I was like nursing her, that I was doing it wrong. And it's like I have this thing with Madison. I didn't even realize it. So when that video played, I was like, oh my gosh, this has been from like the very beginning. And it's so funny because Bill goes, well, you have all this great advice for moms to communicate with their newborns and to communicate with their soul before and, you know, during or after, you know, but you haven't been through the terrible twos. And I was like, oh yeah, you just use the same techniques. And I'm like, now I've gone through terrible twos, and in terrible twos, just got out of it. He's in 3 now, so terrible threes. And Madison's like, you know, 4, she'll be 5 in like 6 months. But it's like, I've now gone through the toddler phase, and I'm like just laughing at the me on video going like, you have no idea what you're about to go through right now. And I actually feel sad for her. But at the same time, kind of like, you're so cocky. Like, you have no idea what it's like to deal with a kid. So I can safely say, you know, like you see people that are like all, oh yeah, you know, like I just had a kid, I'm going to teach you how to raise a kid. It's like, I mean, yeah, I'm intuitive and I can teach you how to like detangle the energy or be like, yeah, this is how you read the energy, or I can read it for you and I can detangle it for you. But I just got a hair in my mouth. But the whole like dealing with a 2-year-old when they're being a 2-year-old, it's like the only way I can do it is with the snow globe. Or with, I have this guy right here. And that's what I can remember. That's what I can remember. So this is what I do. When Matthew's back arching, screaming because he's so intuitive and he's in Jeff's field and he's angry and he's like this angry militant government worker, rah, rah guy, you know, like, which Jeff is not on the outside, but we have defense mechanisms and we have ways of, you know, appearing just like, yeah, no, I'm cool, I'm good, you know. But the kids, when they take that on, they express it, they're like feeling everything. So they can't control themselves. So I use the star snow globe. This one's not attuned. That's weird. It's weird. Huh. 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 Now it is. See? Bing. It's going to take a second. I should leave it here so you can, those of you that are clairvoyant or clairsentient, like look at this and feel it. I have a snow globe now that is filled with hot spring water. So I've got the field that I created, and I was going to do a video on Patreon if I can get over there, or on Crowdcast, and give you guys the field, or maybe do a class tomorrow or something like that. But I created a field of energy that is hot spring water because I was like, I need to know how to clear myself with hot spring water without having to drive up and smell like rotten eggs, you know, like once a week. So I have that down the car because I got like man-made snow globes that I've been making and attuning and using them for my healings and stuff. And it's like working so well. It's like crazy. Anyway, okay, so this is what I do. So I'll say, okay, this is Matthew. This is me. Okay. And then I will say, I'll just say like, okay, this is me. And I'm going to pull this into me and I'll say, take that into me where it needs to go in order to see, like, take me like into this. And then I go into me. Okay. So I'm a little me. I go into this and then I pull this into my heart and I say, take me where I need to go in order to see what I need to see, or take me where I need to be in order to see what I need to see. And I'll like drop down somewhere. I'll go up here, over here, over here. I'll end up somewhere out there, but it has to be somewhere within you. You can't end up outside of your body because that means that you're then in someone else's, or you're not in your own body. So if you end up outside of your body, you have to say like, I am now like Marissa's physical body. Take me into where I need to be in order to see what I need to see. And then it's like, oh, boom. Okay, there. I'm in my heart. I was in my leg before. So I won't even get into explaining it. It's all about multidimensionality. Me and Steve are going to do a channeling session if we can ever get to it. And he's a very good artist and he draws stuff. And we've got all these different dimensions of self and what postures and what poses we go into as consciousness, awareness. Consciousness, awareness. So I become awareness when I heal. So I'm just an eye, basically. I'm just watching, seeing, and I can drop into anyone or anything. I can channel a tree. I can channel a house. I can channel this cord and verbalize it. I can channel this thing or water or whatever, because I've trained myself to become that awareness. So anyways, I say, take me where I need to be in order to see what I need to see. And then I'll say like, okay, this is now math. This, I'll say, show me the star. And I'll say, clear it. And then I clear it in my mind. I just imagine it clearing. And then I say, okay, show me the star in a neutral state. And then I say, show me Matthew. Show me what I need to see about Matthew right now. And I'll sometimes see like a foot standing on him, or I'll see like one of my students in his field, or I'll see like, it's only like 2 students that particularly will end up in his field. And I think that's because they're either in my field or Jeff's field. So he ends up in that, but no, they're in his field. Oh yeah, God, that's so gross. Anyways, so if I see like a foot standing on him or something, I basically will just say like, clear that. And then I just watch it clear. And, the new thing the guides have been sharing with the toddlers is starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, wish upon a star tonight. And the star comes down and goes whoosh, and it blows this up, and then everything flies away. And, oh, you guys are leaving? I'm almost done. I'll come down, say bye. And everything basically clears away. And then I'll say, okay, do I need to see anything else about Matthew's current state? And then I may see like a cord coming out of it. I don't care what it is. I just want it cleared. So then I'll run the star through it again. That'll clear that. And then as I'm doing that, he'll either fall asleep, he'll either like chill out, come lay down, like curl in the ball next to me or whatever. But it's like, it's also me clearing my energy too. So, I mean, I'm probably all spazzed out and crazy and psycho. And like I said in a post the other day, psycho and psychic are not, there's a very thin line between psycho and psychic. So, it's like, you gotta have discernment, and if you don't, then you're psycho. And these poor kids have to deal with a lot. So anyway, I'd say most psychics are psycho, and we get paid for it. But at the same time, as you can begin to hone in on your skills and stuff like that, and have discernment, that's when you can then become psychic and not psycho. But I think we still go psycho around our families. At least I do. All right, I will see you guys later. Oh, here we go. See, this is the best.
Heck, guys.
I got near. See, all it takes is me getting near them for them to start fighting. Okay. Hey, guys. I would do a... Okay, let me show me... Okay, take her energy, serious. That situation's on the star. Oh, Madison is like a little, link. It's like a... What is that hoop? He's in our field. Hey, Madison. Madison, come here. Oh, here, let me talk to you guys. Madison, look at, hey, Madison, do you want to paint with me?
No, I won't play with that.
I know, because that's what Buddy has.